Ever wondered if there's something special about men who perform oral sex on their wives? Listen carefully to these wise words from a very wise lady about this phenomenon. You might be surprised. In the heart of an ancient city, where narrow cobblestone streets had witnessed centuries of history, lived a lady named Sophia. Sophia was a revered figure, known for her immense wisdom and deep understanding of human complexities. Her white hair and bright eyes conveyed a serenity that attracted people of all ages. On a sunny afternoon, as the cathedral bells echoed through the city, a young couple approached her with a burning question in their hearts. "Dear lady," the young man began hesitantly, "is there something special about men who perform oral sex on their wives? Does it change anything in the relationship?" Sophia, looking up at the blue sky and listening to the bells, smiled gently before responding. She knew that to teach, one often needed to engage the listener with a story that touched the heart and mind. "My dears, let me tell you a story that happened many years ago when the city was still forming and the streets were paved with dreams and hopes. Once upon a time, there was a man named Andrew, known for his generosity and courage. Andrew deeply loved a woman named Helen, and his love for her was like the sky, vast and infinite. However, Andrew always wondered if there was more he could do to show Helen how much he loved her. Andrew and Helen shared many moments together, laughing and exploring the mysteries of the world. Andrew was a dedicated man, always striving to make Helen happy. One night, under the soft light of the full moon, Andrew decided to ask Helen what he could do to make their intimacy even more special. Helen, her eyes shining with love and trust, replied, "Andrew, true intimacy goes beyond the physical. It's about how we connect emotionally and how we show each other how much we care. If you want to please me, do it with love and attention." Sophia paused, letting the story resonate in the hearts of the young couple. Inspired by Helen's words, Andrew began to explore new forms of intimacy. He learned that performing oral sex on Helen was not just a physical act, but a profound expression of love and respect. Andrew discovered that by doing this, he showed Helen that he valued every part of her and was willing to do anything to see her happy. Over time, Andrew realized that this gesture not only increased their physical connection, but also strengthened their emotional bonds. Helen felt loved and valued, and this brought a new dimension to their relationship. Andrew found that by dedicating time and attention to this act, he also received something in return: the deep satisfaction of seeing his beloved completely happy and fulfilled. One night, as they walked through the botanical garden, Helen looked at Andrew and said, "Thank you for always making me feel special. I've learned that true intimacy is not just in grand gestures, but in the small acts of love we share every day." Andrew smiled and replied, "True love is made of details, and I'm happy we can share these moments together." The story of Andrew and Helen didn't end there. They continued to explore new ways to strengthen their relationship, embarking on a journey together, visiting places they had always dreamed of, and living experiences that further enriched their bond. Each trip they took, each new adventure, was an opportunity to rediscover each other and renew their vows of love. Once during a trip to the mountains, while enjoying the breathtaking view from the top, Andrew and Helen found an old monastery. Curious, they decided to enter and were welcomed by an elderly monk who invited them to explore the place. The monk, noticing the special connection between them, decided to share a secret he had learned over the years. "My dears," the monk began, "true love is a path of endless discoveries. Each act of love, no matter how small, is a step toward a deeper connection. Performing oral sex on your wife is not just a physical gesture, it is a way to show respect, admiration, and devotion. It is a recognition of her beauty and worth. By doing this, you strengthen the bond that unites you and create a space where both can be vulnerable and authentic." Sophia paused, observing the young couple in front of her. Andrew and Helen learned that true intimacy is built day by day, gesture by gesture. They discovered that open communication and the willingness to explore new forms of love were essential to keeping their relationship strong and healthy. And so, they lived many years together, always seeking ways to get closer and nurture their love with sincere and profound gestures. The young couple listened attentively, their eyes reflecting the wisdom of the story. They thanked the lady, feeling inspired and more connected to each other. As they returned home, they knew they had a new understanding of the depth and complexity of gestures of love and intimacy. In the days that followed, the couple applied Sophia's advice in their own lives. They began to explore open communication, learning to talk about their desires and needs without fear of judgment. Together, they discovered that trust and intimacy depend not just on physical acts, but on the quality of the emotional connection they share. The couple realized that by freeing themselves from pressures and expectations, they could truly surrender to the moment and fully enjoy each other's company. As the story of Andrew and Helen spread through the city, many other couples began to adopt a more compassionate and understanding approach in their relationships. They learned that true intimacy is built on a foundation of acceptance and mutual respect, and that facing challenges together strengthens the loving bond. Sophia, watching from afar, smiled at the impact of her words. She knew that her role was not just to preserve the stories of the past, but to use them to illuminate the present and guide the future. With each story told, she wove a stronger thread in the web of human connections, strengthening the community with the values of respect, love, and acceptance. Her wisdom was not just in her words, but in her ability to inspire others to see the world with more empathy and understanding. Thus, the city transformed into a place where love was not just spoken, but lived. Each gesture of love reaffirmed the ancient wisdom that Sophia so generously shared. For those who have reached this point, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to receive more of our videos. Until the next content.